December 1900, 3 lighthouse keepers on a remote Scottish island were logged as missing, but the real question isn't what happened to them, it's why the official story was a lie from day one. For over a century, the disappearance of James Ducat, Thomas Marshall, and Donald MacArthur has been treated as one of history's great unsolved mysteries. The accepted explanation, a freak wave or storm, swept all 3 men into the sea while they worked on the landing platform. Clean narrative, tragic accident, case closed. Except the evidence doesn't support it, and the decision-makers at the Northern Lighthouse Board knew that. Let's start with the timeline as the board presented it. December 15, 1900. The supply ship Hesperus approaches Flannan Isles lighthouse off the Outer Hebrides. No signal flag, no smoke. When the relief crew lands, they find the entrance gate locked from the inside. The living quarters cold, no sign of struggle, no bodies. The official log written after the fact concludes, a sudden gale must have caught the keepers on the landing platform. All 3 lost to the sea. This version has survived 120 years because it's simple and it protects institutional reputation. But here's what the board actually documented at the scene. The kitchen table was set for a meal. A chair lay overturned on the floor. The lamp, the entire reason the lighthouse existed, was extinguished. The coal fire in the grate was cold and had been for some time. These aren't the details of men who stepped outside for a routine maintenance task. These are the details of an abrupt, chaotic departure. Now let's examine the weather claim. The official narrative hinges on a catastrophic storm that same day. Except the meteorological records show no severe gale on December 15th. The nearest weather station logged moderate winds. The seas, while rough, weren't unusual for the North Atlantic in December. The board needed an external force to explain the disappearance, something no human decision or action could have prevented. An act of God costs less politically than negligence or violence. The crew logs reveal something else entirely. 1 keeper had been flagged as unstable. Another had a history of erratic behavior. The 3rd, MacArthur, was relatively new and under pressure. These men weren't strangers to each other, but they were isolated. Lighthouse duty meant months without shore leave, no female companionship, no escape from the same 3 faces in a 2-room space. The psychological weight was real, and the board knew it. What probably happened, and this is where the numbers matter, is a catastrophic argument or psychological break. The overturned chair, the abandoned meal, the extinguished lamp, these suggest panic or violence. 1 keeper may have threatened the others. A struggle could have escalated. In the chaos, someone was injured or killed. The remaining keepers, facing either madness or guilt, made a collective decision. They walked into the sea. Suicide pacts aren't unknown among isolated workers under extreme stress. Why didn't the board say this? Because in 1900, mental illness was shameful. An official finding of murder or suicide would have destroyed the reputations of the keepers' families. It would have raised questions about the board's hiring practices and working conditions. The wave theory was convenient. No fault, no negligence, no institutional failure, just nature. The board chose the narrative that cost them the least. The real mystery isn't what happened to the keepers. It's why we still accept the lie. Every history book repeats the gale theory without question because it's the official version. Institutions protect themselves by controlling the narrative, and we as readers rarely dig deeper than what authority tells us. The cost of that passive acceptance is truth. 3 men made decisions under impossible pressure, isolation, confinement, psychological strain, and those decisions ended in tragedy. The board made a decision too, to protect institutional reputation over truth. Both choices carried costs. We're still paying them by not knowing what really happened on that December night. Subscribe for more cases where the official story crumbles under scrutiny. Subscribe. Every week we expose the official narratives that don't hold up.